Okay, hello, and welcome back to my channel once more, the place where I review all my new pickups and talk about all things sneakers and streetwear. Much like we have been with the recent videos, let's just get straight into it. Here's a pickup. I'm gonna just get that straight out of the box. And this pair was one of the pairs I've mentioned many times where I was moving house and I just kind of had to let everything pass and couldn't manage to get anything. You see the special edition box. It's a pair of Jordan 1s. It reads Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG SP, so a special project, Varsity Red, Black Sail, which is odd because 50% of the colorway name not mentioned on there at all. I went TTS, which for me is a US 12 in men's in Jordan 1s. You get these out. They keep double wrapping everything. I'll just throw that down to the side. But here you have the Union LA Jordan 1 in the Chicago Shadow colorway, as it's basically being referred to. Okay, so lay all of this down. And then here is the other side. As you see, the three laces, the white and then the yellow, or that kind of like yellowy mustard, which Union have become quite famous for, and then the black. Just get that all in shot there. Per the last round of pairs, which was in 2017, I think it was, 2018, you have this special edition paper. Everyone kind of knows what that looks like these days. So yeah, won't spend too much time on that. But yeah, just propping this up. Here are the shoes, and what they are, we'll get into more detail on this in a second, but is essentially the Chicago and then the Shadow, and as you can see they've been Franken-stitched together to make the shoe. The one major difference from the first pairs, or the OG pairs, is this tag up here kind of feels almost like paper, which is a little bit odd. Otherwise you have that stitching, so it runs all the way around here over the tongue and then back down, so they're kind of stitched together. And what you are looking at there, if I just take these off to the side, is a Franken-stitch, as I'm calling it, of these two shoes. So you have the Shadow. These were 2017 or 2018, somewhere around there, and then 2022, I think it was. I don't have the OG when it comes to the Chicagos, but I do have the reimagined, the lost and found, which I think are just as good. So yeah, we have both parts, and what you see is basically this part of the Shadow on top, stitched on top of that part of the Chicago. So we get those back out of the way. So yeah, this, unfortunately for me, this represents two of the three Union 1s in my collection. So if you've seen the video, you will know that I have both. Actually, I have two of the four pairs of Chicago 4s. I have the two that I like. There's one other that I may buy at some point, but you know, it's maybe not massively likely. But I'm kind of like where I want to be with my Union 4s. These are the two pairs of Union 1s I have. So this one here is the neutral grey at the top, and then the black toe at the bottom, and then this is the this one here is the Shadow, sorry, Chicago. I'm just looking, I got a little bit distracted there because I was looking at the piping, like the edges. Here they've used, I think, a lot more yellow on the edges. They've not done it as much. Okay, maybe they have. I just not noticed as much in the light. But it was another thing that they did. It's like the rough edges of everything kind of comes in that yellowed out color. Just look, this is the first time I've looked at these two shoes side by side. I do think the black toe has a slightly better quality, a slightly softer kind of touch to it. And if you look at the two tongue tags side by side, you'll see that material difference. Other than that, just kind of looking around, they do look very kind of similarly built. The midsole discoloration is very, very similar. And then kind of everything about them with the oversized Air Jordan Wings logo on here. You see it again here. You have the little Union LA tag, same thing. This pair did come with the same hang tag, which is always a nice little touch, even though you don't really wear it. In terms of the laces, you just get this one back out of the way. In terms of the laces, if I look inside, you have 3 and they're all kind of like dangly. So you have the solid yellow, or this like Union yellow, and then you have white into black. So again, this line, it's one of the things I've never quite gotten with the Union One collab, is that this line is not really lineable up with this, or at least the way I do my laces. And then I've never actually seen anyone wear this, but this is black into gray, which is like the top shadow color. I'm probably going to go with the yellows. I think that sort of like Union mustardy yellow is the nicest one I've seen. But yeah, that's kind of like the comparisons I wanted to make. I really do want the Storm Blue, but I think it's red at the top and then Storm Blue at the bottom. They're so expensive, and when they first came out, I wasn't a huge fan, and I just kind of like passed and probably could have got them for like 300-400, and now they're like $1,000 used, which is just unjustifiable. But yeah, this is what I mean about where the black turns into the white or the cream. It's just like, it's down here, it's nowhere near up here. And to get that line, up here, I'd have to really yank the laces tight, and I don't really like wearing these shoes in that way. Cool, so a rating. I have bought so many pairs recently that it's actually quite difficult, because it's like one to maximum 2 in a month, and then it's like a month that goes by and I might buy something else. I've basically bought these, the Almamanier 3s, the Undefeated 4s, and I have one other review which I might shoot today. And I kind of bought all of them in a space of about a week, having bought nothing for 12 to 15 weeks before that. So yeah, it's kind of difficult. I really like these. These are really, really nice. I think I'm gonna go an 8.75. It's a really, really nice shoe, really nice packaging as well. I generally only tend to wear ones with long pants or trousers, if you're not American. There's just something, I like the loosey-goosey lacing, and I just find that it's too big and tall of a silhouette to look good on my foot with shorts on. So I generally tend to only wear them with long pants. And that means in Texas at the moment, there's no way I'm wearing jeans or cargos or anything like that. So when these get undressed, it will be in the autumn, or next spring, depending on kind of how things go. So yeah, that's the rating. Fits of the day up here. So today I have on the Ronnie Feig and Asics Joe Light 3 by invitation only, which is one of the 3 or 4 pairs that he's done recently on there. And then I have my Kith, the cream Kith mesh Jordan shorts, they're called. This is a burgundy-ish 021 Essentials, and the burgundy on here matches with the invitation, the heel, the back heel portion, this bit here, on those Asics. So I just kind of put that together. So mainly like a cream and burgundy kind of fit. So yeah, really quick review today. I've been doing quite a lot recently, and I'm still obviously like working on moving in, so I don't want to spend too much time. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Another video I've really enjoyed making. That's it from me. Over and out.